Namaskar, my name is Subhashish Mukhopadhyay. I am a yoga teacher and yoga therapist. This is the part 3 of the video series Ashtanga Yoga and Success in Life. In my last two parts, I described about the Ashtanga Yoga, and my last part, I described about Yama, the first limb of Ashtanga Yoga. Rishi Patanjali wrote Patanjali's Yoga Sutras with 196 aphorisms, and it is actually a description of self discovery, the journey towards knowing the self, the pure self. The self, this word, it is highly debatable, ambiguous, and very difficult to identify. So today, my focus on niyama, the rules and regulations or some guidelines for the development of awareness and the focus towards the inner part of our existence. Niyama has 5 parts: Shaucha, Santosha, Taposha, Swadhyay, and Ishar Pranidhana. Shaucha, cleanliness, or how to make clean. Clean of which part? Physical body, mental body, psychic body, spiritual body, or the knowing the way, the path towards the self discovery, to clean the path. Patanjali in chapter 2, Sadhana Pada, Sutra 40, he said, Shauchat Sanga Jugupsha Parai Ashamasharga. That means Shaucha, or the cleanliness, is to purify the body and mind, and when somebody clean the body, physical body, and also clean the mind, he got some disinterest to contact with others or other materials or other things for self gratification. So, started having vairagya or detachment. So, this is the definition Patanjali gave about the description of Shaucha. In Sutra 41, Patanjali said, Shatta Shuddhi Shaumanasya Ekagra Indriya Jaya Atma Darshana Yogatmanicha. That means the cleanliness of body, physical body again, the cleanliness of mind, develop the joy to know the self. And this joy of knowing the self, this is the perfection towards self-realization. So, the clearing or cleansing of the way to know the self, this is Shaucha. So the cleanliness, is it having some goal like knowing the self, but different profession, different way of human being are interacting with the nature. Like a man with a profession of teaching, a profession of IT job, a profession of businessman, a profession of, for example, driving. So they are all in different race, different country, different professional people. How they will clean their mind in the same way. So it's an external cleanliness to lead the internal way, or the internal part of every human being is the same. Like Mahaguru Ramakrishna Paramhamsa said, there is only one pond, the water is only, the source of water is only one, and different people, whether it's different religion, different faith, different belief, they are going with different path to get the water from the same pond. So it is the way of understanding the self, but how to reflect it into the pragmatic way of daily life. The pragmatic way of daily life, we are working everyday life, that is depending on our memory. The memory of joy, the memory of confidence, the experience which is encoded in the memory. So that is our working force. We are working with our re-encoding and decoding the memory, okay, from the experience. Some are short-term memory, long-term memory, some are constructive memory. So there are many more theories, discussions, and research on memory. So the different professions, I can have different faith, I can have different way of leading my life. So one is external and one is internal. External path could be different, and the internal path, whether it is feeling the joy of my external everyday life work, that is the point of success here. Every work giving me a feeling of joy. That inner being is having the state of a state of well-being, a state of balance. There is no reaction. So one part, this can be regarded as non-attachment and karma yoga according to Gita. So this is the some kind of discussion, some discussions on Shaucha. The second part of Niyama, Santosha, Patanjali said, Santoshat Anuttama Sukhalabha. That means from contentment and benevolence of consciousness comes the supreme joy. So satisfaction, everyday work, every day the return from the work, we are always expecting something. We are expecting from each and everybody, and we are also expecting something from myself. I could not give me this kind of some gift. There is one encouragement guidance I heard some motivational speaker, that if you gain something, give yourself a gift. What kind of gift? Anything what I can afford or I can give to myself. So I am also expecting something from myself, so not only from others. So I am disgusted with myself if I am not satisfied with my own task and the gain from the task or from the work I am doing. Satisfaction or contentment, this is one of the supreme laws of nature. Except a human being, all the other creatures of the universe, I think, are satisfied with two things. One is satisfied with their being of existence, and the second, satisfied with their desire of living in this world. We are not satisfied with our hunger. We are not satisfied with our instinctive desires. We are not satisfied with health, with every materials we are gaining. Satisfaction gives me the pleasure of success we achieved. We are all already successful. If I want to compare myself with other, I will feel unsuccess. But if I compare myself with somebody who doesn't have one hand, doesn't have the power of speech, doesn't have the power of hearing. So if I want to compare with somebody else, definitely with other human being, either I am superior or I am inferior. Not comparing with others. Whatever I have, whatever job I am doing, with my full focus and attention, and I am satisfied with everything. That is the biggest quality to gain the success. And every satisfaction give me the pleasure of relaxation, mental relaxation. So I will be out of stress that I couldn't achieve. There is no negative emotion. The third part is tapasya. Kaya indriya shuddhi, ashuddhi khayat tapasya. That means self-discipline to burn out all the impurities, and the joy of divine self can be achieved. So all these sutras, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, are directing towards self-discovery, the joy of knowing the self. So telling truth or knowing truth and non-knowing truth. I am disciplined, but my knowledge is not truth. How to understand that knowledge and work are in balance. I am working, but that work, I am working hard, but that hard work is not with following the truth. For example, if somebody is trying to bribe or trying to do some job of, for example, like corruption or something like hurting others or some emotional feelings like jealous or hatred, and I am working on it to make it more and more powerful. I'm working hard to gain something from others. I am disciplined because everything there is a need of a hard work. Self-discipline towards having the faith in truth, that is already I discussed in the first limb of Yama. So tapasya is the burning zeal for the truth discovery, and then with this discovery burning out our impurities and discover a pure self, the joy of divine life. The fourth part of this niyama, swadhyay or self-study. In Chandogya Upanishad, verse number 6.4, it is said that Sha ya esha naimit mayamidam sarvam tat shattam sha atma tatmashi Shvetketu iti. Shvetketu went to Rishi Uddalak to know the truth of life. In Chandogya Upanishad, Rishi Uddalak described to Shvetketu about the truth of life and divinity. So here it is said that self, the discovery of pure self and journey towards pure self, and there is me, and that's the art of Tao. So the journey towards the pure self, that is the self-study. Study of self in the idea of self, it's a very complex. Where does it exist? Like in psychology, the definition of self, and in philosophy, the definition of self, all are very, very different. Some point maybe they relate with each other. Self here, self study, I want to say, knowing my journey, knowing how much I can pay attention. That is all about the self. If I can pay attention without any distraction and discriminative faculty of mind, I need to understand which way I should focus. So that is the practice, the development of a skill, development of mental skill. It's as difficult, I think more difficult than development of any other skill. Physical skill, it's also difficult, like a footballer, like a badminton player, like a chess player, everything is difficult. But the attention, and that's all about discovery of self, continuous flow of attention, and that's also definition of yoga. Okay, self study is to knowing which direction I should go, what is my passion, and how to encourage self motivated to work continuously in the same direction without any distraction, and with complete awareness of all other things happening around me. Now the fifth part of niyama is Ishar Pranidhana, faith in God. The sense of God and the understanding of God, as I think whoever is listening can imagine, is the most difficult task. Even can rise a lot of arguments. Here I would like to say, faith in God is faith in, I think, in self. There is no doubt that I have a power to achieve some kind of success, whatever way, in practical life and in personal life. There are two kind of philosophy I would like to say here. One is positivism and one is idealism. Positivism by Augustus Comte and idealism by Immanuel Kant, they are somewhat corresponding and somewhat contradictory. Positivism is saying whatever in front of me, whatever way I can sense it, my all sense organ, whatever I can feel, everything is searchable. There is a definite truth which I can understand with my sense organ. So I can understand any fact, any incidents, any circumstances, any natural law with search for it, with observation, with analysis. There is no truth that is hiding and that is abstract. In idealism, it is not only observation and analysis, it is the work of mind. Mind is understanding, and understanding the mind, the play of mind, that is all about the truth behind every incident. So this idealistic way and positivistic way of knowing the things and working with either one of the principle, this is the way to know that ultimate knowledge and ultimate truth. If I do believe with my all active sense organs, I can understand all the rules, all the natural facts, all the human beings, all the human minds. And I can analysis, I can predict, I can make a new one, I can understand all and all universal law. It may be possible, it may not be possible. And with the mind, that mind is everything. Every other thing is not possible to analysis in cut and go into it and know the truth behind it, because our sense organ can't be always understanding the truth. That is another way, and that is also one self introspection and self identification into that reality. So whatever the way we feel to go into self discovery, any of the way could be, there is a lot of possibilities. It's better to march both into one way. The truth we are learning from this external reality, that is also possible that we can get it with our sense organs, and the truth coming from inside, that is also a truth. So there is no boundary between external truth and internal truth. When we merge this both the truth together, the ultimate truth can be achieved. There is no separation between external me and internal me. I will complete this session with one of my greatest poet Sukanto Bhattacharya from West Bengal. The name of the poem is Chharpatra, or clearance. I will live, but as long as I have life in this body, I will do my best to clean the garbage from this world. I will work with my best effort to make this world habitable for the children. This is my firm promise to the newborn. Thank you. See you in my next episode of Asana. And that episode will be more postural than theoretical. Thank you. Namaste.